Hello, everyone. Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so very much for joining us here on Eye Opener Society. Now, I know I spoke a lot about spending money on the video and all of that so we could have a video podcast. Well, here's what's exciting. Lizzie's joining us today, and because Lizzie's energy, she's been just sucking all the bandwidth away, and we had some problems with the video. So what you're getting is audio only. Unfortunately, you can't see the beautiful Lizzie. Even I can't see her. We're just talking. So it's going to be audio only. But the good thing with that, I know we're going to reach a few more platforms. So if you're listening to us and you're wondering where we've been, eyeopenersociety.podbean.com, because I know for a fact that that's where you're going to find us. There's a bunch of other platforms that we are on as well that do accept the video or at least transform to just audio. But I know like Spotify, we're not on anymore if we're doing video. But you could also find us on YouTube as well as BitChute. So don't forget to find us there. Also, check out my dear friends Carly and Carla from Appalachian Rootworks in Cynthiana, Kentucky, the full-service metaphysical shop that I am so in love with. And don't forget to check out their podcast called Without a Candle. Also can be found on Podbean as well. So excitingly, I know it's been a while since Lizzie's been on the show. We've tried a couple of times, but there's been incidences, and there was an incident today as well with the video. So we're getting through it, and we had a nice conversation, and we're going to expand on it with all of you as well. And hopefully it brings something to you. So Lizzie, welcome back, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Super excited to be back. Excited to see what all we're doing. We've changed so much going into the new year, and I'm just excited to see what all comes of that.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to all the changes too as well. I know I went ahead and prematurely let the audience know that I am making big changes this year because next year I'm going to live a nomadic lifestyle. I'm getting out of this matrix. I'm done with it, exhausted with it, actually. I want to do something big, bold, brave. I want something adventurous in my life. And I know we spoke a little bit about before going on air. And I know you've given me some advice and all, but before I get into that, because I already spoke about it, you've been going through some spiritual journeys, and that's why you haven't been around as much. What did you learn?
Oh, I was swimming in my maternal line. No, my mom's mom came and stayed with me for a week, and this is the first time I've spent more than just a day with her since I was a little kid, but now I've been doing all this stuff with energy work that it was like a whole spiritual experience having her down here, and I learned so much about how our energy braids, generationally and, like, how adoption plays into it, and I just spent a lot of time playing with that and kind of seeing a lot of ways of how I am the way I am I never really quite thought about before, if that makes sense. I kept saying, like, I'm just trying to solve something between me and the collective, and I couldn't figure out what it was. Then my grandma came and stayed with me, and I was like, "Oh, it's like the last 4 pieces."
Mhm. That's really interesting because I always loved when people dive through their lineage and finding out a lot about themselves from that. I never dove into my lineage. As far as the family tree, I think I'm the sap, so I don't know. I kinda stayed away from it, but I don't think there's any mystery or magic going on anywhere along my lineage. I think I found that out on my own and just developing my own skills. But with lineage, sometimes you discover something more about yourself through that. And did you find anything interesting about yourself?
Oh, I don't know how to share that without sharing personal information that's not mine.
I gotcha. You don't have to. I mean, but you did. You found more stuff out about yourself, though, right?
Yes, a lot of it, I've been pretty obsessed with tone recently, and I realized I was kinda playing out a tone that wasn't even mine, and it was the way in which I interacted with my expectations of the future with how people would do things. And it was this very subtle tone that existed in my whole life because it wasn't mine, I came with it, and so therefore it was a true tone that's always true. I had no experience outside of this tone. So everything existed with it. But now that I can see it and I can see it's not mine and I'm pulling it out, it's like the world kind of brightens up a little bit because now it's a little bit freer for me to pick my tone.
Gotcha. I like that. And I always know you have always something going on and the struggles of trying to find peace kind of within yourself. Uh, I don't want to say you actually struggle with it, but you put so much time and energy into it. And it's nice to hear you kind of lightening up a little bit and seeing something that is more likely different and better for you, if I'm correct.
Yes, and I mean, a lot of this comes I mean, like, we haven't been recording because something pops up every single time. Like, today we go to record, we're late to start because Zoom has to, like, re-download, and my email freaked out, and then the video didn't work, and by the time we got recording, I'm serious, I don't think you heard her, but as soon as you hit record, like, my baby started crying in the other room.
Yeah,
And so
we
it's like it's a consistent thing, and that's what it is because I've patterned a specific kind of expectation, I
I
guess.
I got you, and it is interesting. It's like, yeah, something always happens, but, that's the reality, and I always said that's the reality of this show. It's real life. Things are going to happen. It was the same
It
thing here. I say, "Okay,
is.
7 o'clock record time." I'm like, "Alright, well, I too have a child here, my grandson," and I said, "Wow, he goes to bed right at 8, and he always puts up a fight," and so we're probably gonna hear that soon, so it's
Okay.
part of life, you know? So
You
that's
know,
what happens.
it's all fine and dandy, like, I see so many videos of people and they're out in nature and they're meditating and they're dancing around with their peaceful music. And I think, oh man, I bet I'd be so much happier if I would just do that. But it's like I live in like a little suburb and what am I going to do? Take my baby out there? I can't relax. I'd have to put her on a leash or something. You know what I mean? So I could close my eyes. It's not practical. And for some people, it is. And that's so beautiful. And one day I'm going to get back to doing things like that. But right now, my peace is sitting on my bedroom floor doing different things and finding peace in doing it even with the chaos. Yesterday, I was mopping my kitchen floor and my baby was crawling all over me, and she ended up laying on my back while I'm scrubbing the floor with the rag. And at first, I was kind of annoyed because I was like, "This is a lot harder." And then I thought, you know what? Now it's a workout. It's quality time with my baby, and the floor's still getting clean. And it was like the simple mindset shift there made it an enjoyable thing instead of now my back hurts and I'm annoyed and you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah. I got you.
it's
Again,
small but important.
yeah, but again, this is perspective. This is how we need to start seeing life, and that's what the last thing you had said to me. I said, "Okay, I guess." Just before we went on the air, you had said, "Okay, so I guess we're going to be talking about how to make life yours, basically, based on what I'm going to be doing next year, based upon the way you are planning things out too, and just the way your life is going. We all of us, and that's you, the audience too, especially. This is information. We're trying so hard to get things together to help everybody because we're always stuck. We're stuck with the lies. We're stuck with and let me again say lies. Everything we learned is a lie. We don't need half of the things that we think we need. We just need to be free. We need to go out there and experience and just do things that are going to be fun for us, the adventures. And if anybody else out there is scared, listen, I'm scared. I was telling Lizzie, I want to vomit every time I think about actually making that move. But I also told her that a bunch of years ago when I left New York City, where I was born and raised, it's all I ever known. My then wife at the time, her and I, we just picked up and we moved to Southern Virginia from New York City. And that too, when we went with no job down there, nothing. We just wound up down there. Scary. Did it work out? No, but I think It was different circumstances at the time, but I think now if I did it, it would work out. But we need to take those chances. We can't just keep waking up every day and saying, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll just keep doing, maybe I'll wait to retirement because we don't know our expectancy. We don't know what's going to happen every day. I don't want to die at work. That's my biggest fear. I want to live now and I want to experience life. But after all these years, I've been working since I was like 16. I got nothing to show for it. And I don't think anybody else really does either. I had all this money saved up and it's just going away because things keep getting worse and worse. It's time to say, fuck it, do something different. And I don't know, Lizzie, are you with me? Are you behind me?
Oh, 100%. This is the journey that I've been on. I'm very guilty of jump now, look later, and sometimes that burned me a little bit. But even when it did, I learned so much. Like, I think I've talked a little bit about it. Where when I met my husband, we immediately got pregnant, moved into a little camper trailer. That was like the craziest experience, and that's really what it was. It was like I'm almost 30. I've gotten that like, what am I doing? I'm just spinning my wheels. At least this was something different. It was something bold and adventurous, and it was gonna take me someplace new. And it did, even though that trailer experience, I would say, quote, "didn't work out" because it was a money pit and we ended up needing a little bit of help to get out of it and get back into an apartment. But when we came back into this apartment, we were like different people. We knew different things. We were like a stronger stance, if that makes sense. And so what we built from this apartment, from that trailer experience was so beautiful, even though that trailer experience, I would say it was like, quote, a fail. It was so important to the story. And that's the thing is it's so scary to go and move and do these things because, well, what if it doesn't work out? What if it turns into a money pit? Well, what if it does? You're gonna learn so many things. You're gonna land where you want to land because that's your intention.
Yeah, and I don't think anything is ever a fail. It's an
Yeah.
experience. It might not have worked out exactly in your favor, but you built necessary skills that got you through it. Even
Which
if it
puts
was.
in favor same.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. You have to make it work. It's different. Before we were all civilized and we were just basically animals at the time, we were set to nature. And I don't think we are anymore, and that's what we need to get back to. And I could live perfectly fine in a tent out in the woods somewhere, have no problem with it. Is it difficult? Are there gonna be challenges? Absolutely. But they're better than the challenges that we have every day where we wake up and go to work, "Oh, I gotta work extra overtime to make this money, to make these bills," and then we never get that money and the bills never get paid anyway.
Yeah,
So
because something else will just pop up.
right. It's going to happen inevitably. But if you're out experiencing life, staying away from all of the matrixy kind of nonsense, you start to realize that you're a human being, you're in touch with nature, you can survive, and you can actually survive, I believe, much better outside of this go to work every day world. And that's what's happening in 2027. Mark my words. It's already out there. I already spoke to my wife about it, so it's official now.
Can't take it back now.
Exactly, exactly. But I've had a great time though. I'm so glad you were able to come back. I do apologize again to everybody out there that there's no video because I know everybody misses Lizzie. I could tell by the way the stats go. But I'm glad she's here. And I want to say something, honestly, and I'm just gonna let it all out. I really cannot do this show without Lizzie. Lizzie's an integral part of my life, really. The fact that she can see my vision from afar and the fact that she's able to encourage and lend so much, I really can't. I really focus on this show around Lizzie. I do my own thing here and there. I put out the stuff that, I do like the Wednesday night meditations. And I know it's been a little while since we had this session. where we are actually able to talk. And I gotta say, I really feel fantastic now that I've, done this and was able to talk to Lizzie. It's very difficult. People don't understand you, Lizzie. It's so hard. I gotta make appointments, just text you, it's one of those things. But I highly respect it. And I'm just so honored to have you part of this show and everything it's become and everything it's going to become from here. Without you, it would never happen.
I appreciate you so much. I think you give me far too much credit though. I think you do an excellent job. And it's funny, right on topic with today's thing. We talk about just making life what you want it to be. I want to be recording all the time, right? Like that's just like what I want to do. And sometimes it just doesn't pan out that way. But the thing is I think it does that for a reason sometimes. And I think that it's all going to circle back around. And one day I'm going to find myself recording all the time and I'm going to be like, dang, no wonder I had to wait for this.
Mhm. And like we spoke, is that once I am free from work, I can come out to you and you and I can sit together and actually record. It's so exciting to me to know that that's now going to be possible. And we could, like I said, we could sit for, I don't care, 8 hours and we could probably put out about 16, shows that way. And yeah, the future, although I always tell people, don't worry about the future because the future always causes worry. But if I'm living in the present and my mind presently is thinking
Mhm.
of all the positivity and everything that can happen, I'm setting course so that it all works out. And for anybody out there, you know where to reach us, eosmeditation@gmail.com. Just reach out to us. If you want to talk to either one of us, I could get you in touch with Lizzie. Lizzie can be found on TikTok, energy.by Lizzie at TikTok. Always reach out to us or just the comments, the likes, just the downloads alone. And everybody on BitChute, thank you so much. I mean, BitChute's incredible. Just one of those things I took a shot at and we're like famous over there. So thank you for that. Lizzie, thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your input. Thank you for making it for this here episode. And I'm so excited now. I can't wait to get this here recorded and get it up there and get it out first thing Monday morning.
Yes, so excited. And I hopefully will be back next one as well, if all goes well.
If all goes well, probably be talking to you about that right away. Okay. So everybody, thank you again. Thank you again for joining us here at Eye Opener Society. I'm Gary Dean. You spoke with me. You spoke with Lizzie. I hope everybody has a chance to live the life that they would like to live without being impeded by all the nonsense and all the rules. Hopefully, Lizzie and I can get you through some things as I go through them, as Lizzie goes through them. All that's going to do is give us more wisdom to push on to you. So join us again. Don't forget Wednesday night meditations. I have episodes coming out for that. I'm also doing a couple of other episodes. And again, since there's no video with this, if you are hearing us on your favorite platform and you haven't heard us in a while, please follow us at eyeopenersociety.podbean.com. That's our home place. That's where you'll find everything. Once I'm able to get the videos back again, we'll have those up as well. So everybody, thank you so very much, and we'll see you soon.